Hi everyone, this is husband and wife Lopez from the Lopez Garden, and today, as you can see, we have some red tomatoes. Well, actually just one. We have two more and we already cut them, and this is the third one that's red, and there's other turning around the plant, so that's really cool. Today is June 22nd, so June 22nd we already have some tomatoes that have been harvested, some that are ready to harvest. We have more growing and more flowers that are to turn into tomatoes. That's the A55, and the black cream, if you notice, it's grown really tall there. It keeps on growing, and we can't really cut it because most of the flowers are up there, so we're just gonna let it grow and give us some tomatoes.
I think that's what this tomato likes, because the other ones did the same thing, huh?
Pardon?
I said the other ones did the same thing. I think the tomato just likes to grow like that. Like last year, that's why we got all the tomatoes there on the top.
So you're just gonna let it grow like a monster?
Yep.
And then right now, how many tomatoes have you seen so far in the black cream?
Just 3.
3? But it's always a late grower, or at least it grows after the A55
so we figured
has
out
produced.
it fruits in July no matter what we do to it. So it's not July yet, which July is coming up, so probably in July we'll look for the fruits. It's really flowering like crazy.
In a couple more weeks. Something else we have growing right now is the roses. So this is a blue rose. It's a tea rose and it smells really pretty. And right now this is the one that has bloomed first, but there's going to be more. There's buds there, and there's another one over there. Further up there you can see the Tropicana. Tropicana was supposed to be orange, and it's more like a fuchsia, reddish kind of color. It's pretty too, but it doesn't smell as nice as the blue. And then there's that white one, and let me show you a close-up. So this is a close-up to the white flower. It's not really white, it's more like a whitish with yellow scents and pinkish scents, and it looks really pretty. I call it baby kiss because it's gentle and it's a very nice soft color. I don't think it smells that much either, but it's a very, very pretty rose, and someone told us it was a very special rose, so yay for that. From over here you can see that the eggplants are flowering. That right in the center, right there, is one of the flowers from one of the eggplants that we have. And we have 2 eggplants in that pot. And then our other eggplants are also flowering. You can see one flower bud there. And I think I saw another one somewhere around there. So this is a Thai pepper, and as you can see it has a lot of flowers, which are the white little bulbs. And let me get a close-up so you can see that there's some fruit forming as well. So as you can see, there's some fruit, and around there we can see some flowers. And there's even some magenta lamb square growing from the last season. Aha! That's the other flower bulb that's growing from the eggplant. So those right in the center of the take, as you can see, those are the eggplants, and they're growing quite tall. So hopefully we'll have more fruit this year than we did last year. In this side, as you've noticed, there's no more fruit in the peach. We already harvested some of it. It tasted good. It tasted like peach. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the donut shape that we thought it would by the time it matured. It's probably a hybrid or some weird
Genetic fluke.
Genetic fluke, like husband is saying, in which you get the flowers of a donut Saturn peach, but you get a normal shaped peach. Which, now that the other ones have been removed, these ones are just growing and getting ripe. And they're yellow inside.
They're getting bigger.
The orange mandarin is also growing. As you can see, it's bigger. It's still a long way for it to get ripe and in the right season for harvesting, but in the moment, the few fruits that is left on the tree is looking good. So this is the first black cream that I've seen on the plant. It's getting bigger. I'm gonna say it's more or less this size. And I'm sure there's a couple more. I think I saw one on the other side. And so hopefully we'll get quite a few tomatoes. For the moment, we're just having mostly flowers. More flowers. Whee! And more flowers. So overall, hopefully these plants gonna give us quite a few tomatoes. Now the Italian pepper plants have grown huge in these past weeks. You can see a lot of foliage, and though there's a couple of eggplants in the back and that are already flowering too, I'm going to show you some of the flowers from the peppers. As you can see, the peppers are flowering, and hopefully soon we'll have very delicious fruit. Unfortunately, the cucumbers have had weird shapes so far. Husband thinks it was a potassium deficiency, which has been taken care of, and hopefully the rest of the fruit that will come will be a good shape and it will be fine. There's a lot of flowers around the plant, and as you can see, there's a lot of growth as well. From the herb garden, what can I say? It's very prolific. It has been like that so far all season, and hopefully it'll keep on being that way. And the beans have helped a lot as a cover crop around our garden. Now those flowers right there are our newest addition. That's a yarrow flower, and it attracts beneficial insects, so it's really good to consider having flowers that are going to attract pollinators and good insects that are going to help your garden grow.
So this is our banana tree, our dwarf cabbage, which is still very dwarf, which we're very happy with, and it has beautiful dark leaves, and thank God to my niece Bailey's old rabbit, who provided lots of poo-poo for it. And it is growing very happily. We recently just gave it some fertilizer. What did we use? We used the rabbit poop, lots of rabbit poop, worm castings, compost that's mixed with lots of goodies and lots of rock dust and what do they call those? Crab meal. And then I gave it some other Job's fruit fertilizer to write with some potash, because one thing about bananas is once they start getting really yellow and they start looking like they're burnt almost, it's not that you're giving them too much fertilizer, it's that they don't have any potash and they start turning yellow and they start to burn. And the way that I can tell is...
What's potash? Like potassium?
Potassium, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the way you can tell with bananas is if you start looking at the sides and they start looking really dark, then you know you need to add some more potash to it. So because they're really, they do use a lot of potassium, which is probably why bananas are known to be a fruit that has a lot of potassium. So as you can see, and also they don't look as green, but what was I going to say? Oh, so anyway, so as you can see, it's putting out lots of leaves. We have lots of babies, so we'll have to just wait and see if it's going to fruit this year. Otherwise, it looks very beautiful. We're very happy with it. It's got a very nice thick stalk. If she can zoom in and see that.
No, but we've shown in other videos.
Yeah. So I'm very happy with the care the banana is receiving, and I've been spraying it with Holistic Orchard spray. You might not look on holisticorchard.com. I've been reading up on how to take care of fruit trees, and so far everything that he suggested, our fruit trees are pretty much almost disease free. They do have some deficiency problems with bad planting as far as cover crops. So just remember, a very important thing is make sure that you plant your cover crops during the time effectively, and if you have a short area, don't put too much comfrey is what I'm learning now.
They'll take over.
Because they will take
give
over
shade
and they will shade everything out in your cover crops.
Cover crops not going to grow.
Are not going to grow. So what I have been doing now, which is a new thing, we'll have to see it's effective, is I've been cutting down a lot of the comfrey and using that as my fertilizer along with other organic fertilizers.
So actually, yesterday you just cut some of the big leaves and put them under the mulch, right?
Yeah, I put a lot of compost on top with it to give it some energy, because it looks like our peach tree needs a lot of nitrogen.
And then we just added some lemon balm in there too.
Yeah, well, lemon balm is just another crop.
And that's it.
That's it. Thank you for watching.
So most of the gardening is doing really good. We have not much fruit from some of the newest plants, or plants that are younger than a year, unless they were the tomatoes or eggplants that are just about to grow. But it's okay, because many of the plants need time to settle, so we weren't expecting too much of fruit for this year, but hopefully next year we'll show you the difference, and hopefully it will be more. And as soon as we have more fruit around and growth, we'll show you. So thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Beep 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 beep
you
beep
didn't want to talk about it.
beep beep beep. The banana?
Now? Okay, now? Okay, really?
Stop it.
Okay, now?
Count to 3 in your head and then start talking.
1, 2, 3.
In your head.
Oh. Okay, that was the 5. Can we count to 3?
Are you trying to make a blooper?
I'm just kidding. Okay.